Right now, 69% of working adults say they would quit their jobs today if they could afford to. Yet, despite that overwhelming desire for change, the vast majority remain frozen in place. This paralysis relies on a flawed sequence of action. We've been conditioned to treat confidence as a prerequisite, believing we need to feel completely ready and possess a flawless business plan before making a single move. Barbara Corcoran built a $66 million real estate empire by ignoring that requirement entirely. She started with a $1,000 loan and no industry experience, proving that wealth is built by the people who start before they are ready. Her career isn't built on a winning streak. Instead, she draws her certainty from a counterintuitive habit. She actively expects and plans to fail. This level of confidence isn't a mystical trait you are born with. It is the mechanical byproduct of taking a hit and realizing you are still standing. Long before she became immobile, Corcoran cycled through 22 different jobs. She waitressed at diners, worked as a nurse's aide, and ran a hot dog stand, all without a master plan. This wasn't aimlessness. It was an empirical search for her own advantages. By testing herself in dozens of roles, she discovered she was terrible with numbers, but possessed a rare, high-leverage gift for sales and marketing. This contrasts sharply with analysis paralysis. You cannot invent a perfect idea at a desk. Theoretical plans lack the one thing necessary for success: real-world data. Moving into the traffic of a real market creates immediate feedback. Each collision provides the hard data a theoretical plan cannot, forcing the idea to evolve into something that actually works. Clarity is never found in a vacuum. It only emerges once you put yourself in motion and let the idea become itself. For Corcoran, confidence is simply the knowledge that you can survive a devastating loss. It is a muscle that only grows when it is strained. Her biggest breakthrough followed her most expensive failure. She bet $77,000, her entire first profit, on a project called Homes on Tape. It was a total disaster that wiped out her bank account. Instead of retreating, she looked for a different angle. She took those failed video assets and moved them onto an unproven government network called the Internet. Because she was willing to play with a new technology while her competitors were still comfortable, she leapfrogged the entire industry. By the time the big boys woke up, she already owned the digital space. The fear of risk only disappears after you survive a major crash. Failure isn't a setback. It is the required training for building an unshakable career. This resilience began in the 3rd grade. Struggling with undiagnosed dyslexia, Corcoran was told by a teacher that she would always be stupid because she couldn't read. She responded to that insecurity with a mechanical obsession, relentless over-preparation. Because she was terrified of looking foolish in public, she decided she would simply work harder than everyone else. To this day, she would study for 7 hours to prepare for a 1-hour speech. She drills the material until she appears naturally brilliant, using her fear as a catalyst for extreme discipline. When she was fired from Shark Tank before the first episode even filmed, she didn't accept the rejection. She wrote to the producer, cited her history of succeeding after being told no, and demanded a chance to compete for the seat. A disadvantage only remains a weakness if you allow it to stop you. If it forces you to outwork the room, it becomes your most powerful competitive asset. This same aggressive mindset applies to networking. Corcoran dismisses the need for industry connections, instead treating every interaction, from hotel concierges to waitresses, as a potential strategic hire. She builds a network by seeing value where others see nothing. When she finally sold the Corcoran Group, she initially worried she had sold her only golden goose, the one business that would ever make her wealthy. She soon realized that the physical company was replaceable. Her actual asset was her internal capacity to build something from zero. She herself was the golden goose. If you are afraid of failing at a new business, look at the actual stakes. The worst-case scenario is simply returning to the exact life you are living right now. A failed venture is a recoverable financial event. The only irreversible loss is a life spent waiting for permission to begin.